Hi, it's Nika from Fabulously Creative. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to come and share with you all this special project that I did. This is a mini composition book that I turned into a junk journal. There is a whole setup video for it on my channel, but this started as just a fun project. I saw someone else on YouTube turn a mini composition book into a junk journal, and I thought, oh, what a great way to use up a bunch of scrapbook paper, a bunch of, just stickers, everything. And this project got really intense. And it was actually my first junk journal. So I was just kind of experimenting. So I'm not sure if you can see how thick she is. And I had these little ties on it, they do not close. This got really thick, really intense. So I will be doing a flip through so I can share with you why this got so intense and creative ways to use your junk journals. All right, so here she is, my little chunky junk journal. And this was when I first did this, and I guess I should have, and I can't glue it down, but it got so chunky that the washi tape just won't stick. So let's jump right into her. Let's see. So this is the cover. And before I get started, so my plan for this was just originally to have fun, just stick stuff down randomly. And let me see, I don't think I wrote anything on these. I think they're glued in there. And this started as just an experiment. I was experimenting with acrylic paint, with paint markers, watercolors. I was just doing a lot of experiment and just using all of my favorite leftover scrapbook papers and scraps. And I have this first little page that says thoughts and notes. And as you can see, I didn't stick with color schemes. I wasn't sticking to anything. This was just an experiment. So then we have just some swatches. And most of these pages, I do have a process video. So then I was just putting my favorite washi at the moment. And so I'm calling it a junk journal. And basically, I was just finding quotes that represented the mood I was in without actually having to journal, like the entire mood, everything I was going through. So this one just says, life is found in the seconds, minutes, the hours, the days, the years. And this just became so therapeutic because I didn't have to just write out everything I was feeling. So I just kind of experimented with patterns, washi, acrylic paint, just a little bit of everything. Then we have another little, and I really enjoyed these little half pages. So this one says, find your moments, find your peace. And I did date this one. I'm glad I put the date. Then we have just another page. And this did not start off as a memory keeping. I just went back and added pictures here and there. And this is one of my favorite pages. I did some watercolor. It says, you will never tame her, for she is the sea. And this is a quote by J.M. Storm. And I love that none of these pattern papers would go together on their own, but I don't know, it just all comes together perfectly. And right here it says, trust the process of unfolding and uncertainty. And I guess this whole page just represents that because there's no real color scheme. There's no real color scheme, but everything just kind of goes. Then on here, I have a little note. And this just says, one day I will look back on these moments and realize it was all part of the process. And like I said, I think I was going through an intense moment when I was doing this journal, but it was therapeutic not to have to write what I was going through. And then this one just says, be brave. And my favorite little high heels, my leopard heels, and I actually found these leopard heels. I think I documented this in one of my other journals that I designed this little die cut years ago. I'll leave the link to it if you want to print it out, stick it in your journals. I designed this years ago. I've been in love with this shoe, and I finally found it a few months ago. I just randomly went in the store and saw them. And another just colorful page. And this one, I like that there's all the color on this page, then just a black and white with some layers. And this one says, shout out to all the plants pushing through concrete. And these little word stickers are from the Tim Holtz, and it says, hold tight and pretend it's a plan. Not sure who that quote is by. Oh, this is another one of my favorites. So this is I think a leftover brown paper bag. We have some sequins. We have some paint on top of pattern. I just love that I get to use all of my supplies and packed in this tiny little square foot. And this one says, let me fall if I must. The one who I become will catch me. And again, some of my favorite little digitals from my shop. Let me see it. And I think I know there's a process video for this one. This one says, isn't it lovely? All alone, heart of glass, mind of stone. And that is a Billie Eilish quote. I think the plan was to write some notes on the back, but I never got to it. And I feel like, I know the quote, the pattern, the colors, they all just kind of express what I was going through without actually having to journal about it. Now this quote says, the soul has been given its own ears to hear things the mind cannot understand. And that's kind of the theme of this. Like, the mind doesn't have to understand or put words to every emotion, but you have to find other ways, I guess other therapeutic ways to get those thoughts and emotions out. And this is one of my favorites. When I first set this up, these were little dividers, but it got so chunky that they're just there now. This one says, note to self, and I choose you in 100 lifetimes, in 100 worlds, in any version of reality. I'd find you and choose you. That's a quote by Kristen White. And again, my favorite little digitals. This flower is from the Maggie Holmes collection. I have no idea which collection, but I get those on American Crafts digitals. And then we have a little pop of sequins. And again, I like the contrast that this page is bright. Then we go into the darkness. And this is one of my favorites. So I have my favorite washi. And it says, the wound is the place where light enters. And that is a quote by Rumi. And it's written on this piece of vellum. I feel like this makes it, oops, I'm off camera. I feel like this makes it kind of interactive, that it flips up. I'm not sure if there's a process video for this one. And this page is very simple, but the quote just made it very intense for me. It says, I don't know what it's like to not have deep emotions. Even when I feel nothing, I feel it completely. And that is a quote by Sylvia Plath. So this page is very simple, but the quote the quote has lots of depth. And then this page says, don't hide your magic. And the zebra and the flower just go perfectly. There's also a process video for this one. And then this page, I don't know, there's like there's like 3 layers of scrapbook paper. And none of these papers match. Nothing matches, but it just all kind of jumbles together. And this quote says, "She smiled at the ocean because the waves told her story." And this quote says, "It's time to write a new story." And I have just this piece of gold glitter just peeking out the side. And I noticed some of these pages, let me see, because I know it got a little chunky and it's hard to see. And this one was sort of like a memory keeping page. It says, "Life was meant for a great adventure." I think I was in me and my mother went on like a picnic brunch adventure. And this quote says, "Her eyes tell stories that have yet to be written." And this quote is by Jay Ironword. He has lots of quotes on Instagram, or that's how I found him on Instagram. But he has great quotes for junk journaling, or for this style of journaling. And I have just a piece of thread that's tied in a knot and glued down. And again, we have some scrapbook paper, then some paint layers. And I think this is one of those pages where it just started to get random. And I was just sticking random things in. It says, "Be in love with your life." And then this is a Pinterest quote. I think I have this same quote in everything. It's like a current vibe, doing me. I'm not going to read that whole thing. It's kind of long. And I had fun putting this page together. If you are a stationery lover like me and you just have all this random stationery, like this is just the perfect project, because I don't know when I would ever use an ice cream truck, but it works. And then we have another memory keeping page. And I actually think I have a vlog for this page. And this one says, "And so she decided to start living the life she imagined." And I tried to use like a calligraphy pen, and it messed up on the acrylic paint. Oh, and this is one of my favorite pages. I think all of this is within the vlog that I did a few months, like a while back. But it says, "Better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring." And that is a quote by Marilyn Monroe. And I love that quote because it's like, you know what? Things don't have to match. Just throw it all together and have fun with it. And this is a picture of some bath salts I was making. I think this is also in that same one of those vlogs. I was doing vlogs during that time. The vlogs are on my channel also. And this just says, "Breathing dreams like air." And again, my favorite washi. You'll see this washi all throughout. And this is one of my favorite scrapbook papers. This is from Maggie Holmes. I do not remember which collection it was from. Like I said, I had a lot of scraps left over, and I was just using all of my favorite scraps in here. And again, we have just a random page. And then right here, I have some acrylic paint. It says, "She let it go. She was ready to vibrate higher." Another memory keeping page. These pages I don't have processed videos for because I just stuck pictures in at the end. It says, "Those who don't believe in magic will never find it." And that is the sticker book, Tim Holtz. And this is one of my favorite pages. I put some, there's thread behind there. And I think I love the texture of it. And also I don't know if you can hear it, but the pages have like this crackly sound because I put them together kind of like a glue book. Like I made like glue wash and just washed the pages and washed everything, and it has like this thick crackly sound. Oh, this is a little quote. I think I just printed this one instead of writing it. There are parts of me that will always remain untamable, messy, and reckless, but I refuse to apologize it for anymore. By Caitlin Foster. This is something else from Pinterest. I think I wrote on here. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can open it. It says, like the moon, we must go through phases of emptiness to feel full again, by Harlow James. I feel like the quotes just add dimension to it. The quotes kind of let me know, I don't know, kind of what mood I was feeling. This is also from the Tim Holtz sticker book. It says, do more than exist. I just love how colorful this page is. So just about everything on this page is from Maggie Holmes, except the doll. That's a digital from my shop, and I'll leave the link in the description. And here's where everything just got a little random. I was just having fun, just sticking things in. Oh wait, this one has a little, did I write on here? Oh, it says, you're not lost. You're creating space for the magic. It's all perspective. I feel like the little notes and quotes add dimension to it. Not sure if I can get that back in, because I was experimenting with all the little pockets. I think this page I was experimenting with layers. Oh, this quote says, I have late night conversations with the moon. He tells me about the sun, and I tell him about you. That's a quote by S.L. Gray. Oh, this is my favorite little doggy from that. This is from an old collection. It's called Posh, something Posh, but it's Simple Stories Posh. And I love this little doggy. I went and got the digital collection. And we have another little just half page with lovely randomness. And this Tim Holtz says, make a wish. And this page has, I don't know, no quotes. I think I was just enjoying all of the textures and layers. And it says, cultivate a life of wonder and authenticity. And I think from here, the pages just got very random, because I was just enjoying using random stuff from my stash, like mixing my digitals with the stuff from my stash. And like this, stuff like this has been in my stash forever, just because I love stationery. Another randomly colorful page. This one says, you are pure sunshine. And I think from here on, it is just very colorful, very random. Another Tim Holtz quote, it says, listen to your heart. It will show you the way. And I'm not sure if you'd noticed, but the quotes are getting, I guess, lighter and happier. And this is one of my favorite pages. I think there's a process video for these pages in the back where I just pulled out all of my stash and just had a field day. And also these pages, I don't know, the colors actually match. It's not just randomness that I stuck everywhere. Another random page. Oh, we have a quote. This says, and then I realized the fire was always burning with me, but the flames were busy keeping everyone else warm. By Morgan R. Oliver. And I feel like, I know I was going through like I had just went through an extreme creative phase of creative burnout. So this, I feel like this project kind of helped bring me back to life. I just love the randomness of this all. And I think this is where, no, I have one more page. We have, Dear universe, I'm ready to begin the next chapter of my life. Bring it on. And I feel like this was kind of when I was kind of done. I was like, okay, I'm through with this phase. I am ready to create again. And the this mini composition book had so many pages, and I feel like I may come back at another season in life. Maybe if I go through another creative burnout phase or just any type of healing phase, this book will always be here for me. And I have pages in the back that I can write notes. I can also come back and write little things. And I feel like these types of projects, you're never actually done. If there's a blank space to write something, jot something down, stick a picture anywhere. So I feel like this book will never quite actually be done, but I will save this book anytime I'm feeling stuck creatively, or if I just have intense emotions to work through that I don't really want to journal through. This got so chunky, but I hope you got some inspiration from this. If you've been through a similar phase, or if you found a project that helps you through a phase like this, let me know in the comments. And I will be doing I'm setting up another junk journal. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this composition book style again, because like I said, it did get just a little chunky, a little out of hand. So I may try a traveler's notebook style for the next one. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it inspirational. And stay tuned for more creativity.